So we're into the last fortnight of campaigning, and fingers crossed, it looks like the Tories could be heading for an absolute wipeout. We had the leaders' debate on Question Time, with each of them facing the audience for 30 minutes of questions. Keir Starmer was hammered over previous support for Jeremy Corbyn, but Corbyn was the leader of the party at the time, so he kind of had to do that. They seem to forget Rishi Johnson through all the lies, corruption, and Partygate, right up until he stabbed him in the back to get power. It's a bit like when Starmer's accused by them of voting to change pension rules so his own private pension gained, when in fact the law was passed in 2013 before he was even an MP. Sunak got tetchy with Fiona Bruce, aggressive towards a young woman in the audience, and at one point was staring at a questioner with a look like Homer Simpson when he's not listening, and they cut to an image in his head of a monkey playing drums. When he was asked about the policy on national service, he said it won't be compulsory, but there will be sanctions if you don't do it. And these could be to do with your driving licence or even financial. On the same day, the Tories released another attack ad against Labour, telling people not to gamble on them. The ad was pulled when it was revealed that Tony Lee, their director of campaigns, had taken leave of absence after allegations of betting on the election date. His wife, Laura Saunders, who's a Tory candidate, is also accused, but is still standing in the election. That took the total number of Tories involved to 3 because Sunak's private secretary, Craig Williams, had already admitted doing it. But today, Nick Mason, the Tories' chief data officer, has also taken a leave of absence. Interestingly, data shows a massive increase in bets on the election date in the 2 days before it was called, about 80% of the 5,000 bets placed, so more might be revealed. You really couldn't write this shit. In an interview later in the week, Farage said the Tories were taking away our freedoms. This is the man who wants to take us out of the European Court of Human Rights, which would make us one of only 3 countries in Europe without membership, the other 2 being Belarus and Russia. But that comes as no surprise when you consider his previous comments on Vladimir Putin, in which he said he admired the Russian leader, and that how he had played the whole Syria thing was brilliant. The Syria thing that Putin played was carpet bombing civilians in Aleppo. He also said in the interview that the West and NATO provoked Putin, seemingly forgetting that Putin's Russia invaded Georgia in 2008, Crimea in 2014, and has poisoned British citizens on British soil. He said he wants education in schools to reflect British history more positively, so no teaching about empire or slavery then. His claim that he's come out of retirement to fight the election for reform really doesn't hold water. Firstly, he was due to be backing Donald Trump in the US for its elections. Secondly, can you come out of retirement from a lifetime of grifting? Away from set-piece interviews, Jonny Mercer, the soon-to-be ex-Veterans Minister, had been slagging off the veterans standing against him by saying that he hadn't served in combat, even though the guy's paperwork proving his service in the Special Forces, which he can't reveal. Nice move, Jonny. Attack someone who can't defend themselves. I went to the local hustings where Lee Rowley, our soon-to-be ex-Tory MP, repeated the lie that our vaccine rolled out was helped by Brexit. This has been proved to be factually incorrect numerous times. We unfortunately expect politicians to manipulate figures and be selective with the data, but it feels different when they outright lie to your face. There's a few things you can do to get better informed before the general election. The first is to subscribe to this channel, share content, and why not choose notifications while you're at it. Second, listen to a podcast called The Trawl, because politics doesn't have to be boring. Don't listen to the government lies, which is pretty much everything they say these days. Don't let them manipulate you, and question why they do things and how they will benefit. Finally, visit www.stopthetories.vote and find out how to vote tactically to get the fuckers out.